Welcome to the 8th grade science just-in-time video. In this video, we will review concepts that will be covered in the second 9 weeks. During the second 9 weeks, we will cover Unit 3, Earth and Space. This unit will begin on October 20th and end on December 19th. This unit consists of 3 chapters. Unit 3 starts with Chapter 4, Our Universe, and will be covered in 15 days. Next, Chapter 5, Weather and Climate, will be covered in 14 days. Lastly, Chapter 6, Impacts on Global Climate, will be covered in 10 days. In Chapter 4, students will investigate what the universe is made of and the evidence of its origin. Students will describe the different characteristics of the universe and the relative scale of its components, including stars, galaxies, and the evidence of its origin. In Lesson 1, students will describe the life cycle of stars and use the HR diagram to compare and classify those stars. In Lesson 2, students will locate Earth's solar system within the Milky Way galaxy and categorize galaxies as spiral, elliptical, or irregular. Students will be introduced to the age of galaxies and the concept of dark matter. In Lesson 3, students will research and analyze scientific data used as evidence to develop scientific theories that describe the origin of the universe. Students will focus on the evidence collected that supports the Big Bang theory and the idea that the universe formed from a tiny singularity, constantly expanding. In Chapter 5, students will analyze the interactions among Earth, ocean, and weather systems that impact climate. Students will describe how energy from the atmosphere, atmospheric movement, and ocean currents interact and influence weather and climate. In Lesson 1, students will describe how energy from the sun, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere interact and influence weather and climate. Students will focus on the factors that influence weather and climate, distinguish between weather and climate, and explore these complex interactions. In Lesson 2, students identify global patterns of atmospheric movement and how they influence local weather. Students will focus on the movement of air in the atmosphere, global wind belts, different types of air masses, and investigate how pressure systems and fronts impact weather. In Lesson 3, students will describe the interactions between ocean currents and air masses that produce tropical cyclones, including typhoons and hurricanes. Students will focus on interactions between ocean currents and air masses, learn how surface currents affect weather, how tropical cyclones form, and the classification of these storms. In Chapter 6, students will identify how natural events and human activity can impact climate. Students will analyze scientific evidence to describe how human activities influence climate. In Lesson 1, students will use scientific evidence to describe how the carbon cycle and natural events can influence climate. Students will focus on natural events that impact the global climate. In Lesson 2, students will describe how human activities impact climate to include greenhouse gases release, deforestation, and urbanization. Students will focus on the burning of fossil fuels and the impact on the climate. Have a great second 9 weeks. Thank you.